Welcome everybody, I'm Mohamed Wahba, I'm Revit expert. I want to share with you today a full project and a full modeling on Revit. Let us first of all to check and review this project. That's a full project of villa which contains some drawings like foundation drawings and also grid beams. And the slabs, reinforcing of slabs. This villa contains two slabs and roof above the stairs. So let us begin. We want to first of all to open Revit software and to make to make some essential steps firstly to convert this drawing on it. Firstly, you have to open Revit and it shows from this project the structural template. Firstly, if it doesn't appear here, we can make it appear on the interface of Revit by clicking on R here and choose options, and also we can move here to file locations, and we can see the appeared templates on the interface. If we want to remove any one of this, we only have to click on it and to remove and erase it from this icon. And if we want to add by clicking on add value and to move through, you have to have this folder. It's very essential for Revit. Templates, library, family templates, and so on. It is so essential. Templates here, for example, US metric, that is I downloaded from, for example, Autodesk. You can see here some essential templates. So if you are a structural engineer, you can choose a structural template. It is so commensurate for your work. You can find on it some essential and some suitable definitions which is commonly used by structural engineering. And also you can see some other specialists like mechanical or electrical or architects and so on. I will choose structural to be appear here, but I've done this before. I will remove it. Okay, I will choose structural templates. First of all, we need to make the domain. We need to make the levels of our structure. That is a very important information at the very beginning. So if we want to make those levels, we have to check our side views like elevation, our elevations east, north, south, or west. By clicking by summon east, for example, we can see here default levels, but we need firstly to change and to adapt the environments by writing on the keyboard UN. We can choose a common units from here and to change it to meter, and I will choose to decimal places. I don't want to know the name. I will leave it none. So you can change the levels and the name. If you click on the level, on the number, on this integer, you can choose. I will choose the first level, that is correction level. For example, I will choose minus 1.5. And I will rename it to choose, for example, O1-execute. You can observe this this name, it has been changed here. So I want to make another level, so you can make it easily by clicking on one click only on this grid and choose create similar or CS, or you can summon another one by clicking LL. You can summon a level command. I will choose back and I will make 0.2, that is the depth of plain concrete, and the depth of reinforced concrete 500 millimeters. So I will back to Revit. 0.2, all I have to do is by standing on this grid, on this level, and when the dash line appear above it, I will click. You can change the name by clicking on this name, O2 dash plain concrete. I will make another one, 0.5. I will change the name, O3 dash reinforced concrete. Now I will make the grade beam level. For example, I will make another offset 0.8. That is the grade beam. O4 dash grade beam. We can see here some interferences between those levels. If I get out from this order or this command, I can easily click on it and to break this level to make it easy to see. So I will click on it and I will break it by clicking on add elbow here, and I will drag it below like this, and I will click on it and drag it above like this, and so on for the RC. So I made exact level, plain concrete, RC, grade beam level. I will make the ground, and the first I will choose 05 dash first story. I will make create similar. I will choose, for example, 4 point. Let me firstly to adapt and to change this level. I will get out of the order and choose it 4.2. Another create similar here. I will pick 4.2 for the second. So I will choose. And lastly, we can make the final level and last level by choosing also CS, create similar, and pick the final level 4.2 here. That is the second. I will rename it the second, or 6 dash the second, and that's the roof. I will not make elbow here, that is not essential here. 7 dash the roof. Now we finished the levels. If we want to check it, we started with exact, plain concrete, reinforced concrete, and grade beam, and the levels of slabs like first, second, and roof. Now we can it can easily appear here those levels exact and also all the levels. If we click on any levels from it, and I will choose, for example, reinforced concrete, the foundation reinforced concrete, you can summon this view here. So let us begin by extracting those views from AutoCAD, the models that we want to create it in the 3D by using Revit. So when we review this structure here in AutoCAD, that's a 2D drawings here. After designing this structure, we can find useful information, that is the dimension of reinforced concrete footing, and also dimension of beams and grade beams, columns, and so on. We want to send it to Revit to make a full 3D model of this structure. So firstly, we have to isolate this all those levels. We need to isolate this to make it in a single sheet. By copying it, I will open another sheet and paste this view. For example, I will send it to the origin and zoom extend. You can see it here. I will save it on my hard disk. For example, I will send it here. This is a drawing foundation. I want to take it away. For example, I will save it. So I want to summon the structure here. So I will open Revit, and by moving through this ribbons, I will enter to insert and import AutoCAD. You have to make sure firstly that you are here on the RC foundation to appear at your view range here on this place. So I will move through to find. I will check some important points here. Firstly, you can invert the color of this project, or preserve this color. I will prefer to make it black and white, and I want all the layers in this project. And also you can choose, I've made this structure in millimeter, so I will choose millimeter. You can get it center to center or origin, or put it in the origin. I will choose to make it center to center. I will put it on the RC levels, that is that we choose it firstly here. So I will open this structure. I'll open this file, and it will be appear here. So after getting the structure, you will find it, that is the drawings, that is the 2D drawings of AutoCAD become here and on. So firstly, you have to check some things, some important points here. Firstly, if you click on this structure, you have to make sure that this drawing is locked, because if you didn't lock it, you can move it anyway easily if you click on it. So I want to make sure that this structure will be unmoved. So I will click on it and to bend this structure, so it can't move away anywhere. So there are also some things very important. If you choose here select, you can see here select bend element. You can't select any bend elements here if you didn't check it, if you didn't mark it. So I can't select this any line or any model that is I make it bend. So I will check it, and if I click on it, I can choose it, and so I can unbend this structure. So it is essential point. I will remove it. It is in a convention place, so I will make it in this location. So if this location isn't suitable for me, I will choose select bend element. I will check it and unbend the structure and to move it from to any place that I want. So I choose this place here and I will bend it, and I will remove the selection from the select bend elements. So we need firstly to make the grid lines of this structure. If any layer here from AutoCAD bother you, you can remove it or you can off it from this view by clicking VV, this visibility of the structure of this model. You can check here imported categories and you will find the AutoCAD file. Remove or to off all the layers that you don't want. Okay. Now I want to make this grid lines. I will choose GR, or by clicking here on this grid lines from structure or articulation. So I will pick, and now if you want to stick to those labels, started here by 1 from the lower one and to 10 here. So I will pick on the first grid here, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. 7, 8, 9, and lastly 10. It is now we have to begin. For the vertical ones, I will choose A and rename it firstly, and we will relabel it automatically. So no, I wanted to talk about something. It is important for our grids. I wanted to change the style. If you click on anyone, you can edit this type. By firstly, you can rename this name. I want to make it new grid. You can choose the type of this label, the symbol. To make it continuous or custom, you can make the outside part with a different properties, and the inner another one. So I will choose continuous, and this weight, the number of weight, I will choose 1, color, and so on. You can choose the pattern of the line. You can make it dash and so on. I will change all those things. So you can also make the labels to be appeared on the 2 sides of the grid line or not. I will choose to appear, for example, from one side, the end one. Okay. If you want to change the size of this of the grid line, so I want to firstly to remove the layer of the axis to make the default axis that I've made before of AutoCAD to be appear. I want to change the label and the style of these labels. So firstly, if you want to make another label, to choose another label, you have an option here to change the labels from here, but there are not enough symbols here. You can extract or insert another one from your library by clicking your insert and root family. You can enter here annotation that is in your library. You can move down here to choose the grid head. You can find circle or hexagon or square and so on. I will choose, for example, hexagon and square, and to open it. So if you back to the edit type here, you can find it hexagon or square that has been added here. So I will choose hexagon for example, but also its size isn't commensurate for our model, so I want to change the size. So I want to modify the family of this ones. So if I enter to the library, I will go to the library and to change this type. How we can make something like this? I can firstly to create another one by open R and to open a new project, a new family, a new family, and to enter here annotation. You can check here the grid head. You can make your grid here, your label here, or your symbol here. Firstly, you have to check the units. If you want to check the units, I will choose it, for example, millimeter or another one. Okay. I will erase it. This text. That is instructions for you. So you can here draw your symbol, your default symbol, and to move it and to load it in your project. Firstly, you can check here create and choose line, and you can draw your suitable symbol here. I will choose for example circle, and I will put the center and to open the circle, for example like this. I will remove this line. I want now to add a label here inside this label. So I want to add label here. By clicking on create, you can find the label. So when I click here on the center of this circle, I will find that you can add name to this label. Okay. You can also, if you want to add prefix or suffix or to change the name, okay. So you can also change and edit this name. I will get out of here. You can click on it and edit type. You can change the color and to make it opaque or transparent, or to change the way to this text and so on. Bold, italic, underline, with factor and so on. So I have to rename this. So I have to rename this file, and to save this file, family, I'll make, for example, a folder here to save my essential and my important files. I will say family. That's a great label. We can choose it, for example, for many other projects. I will make it grid, and upload it to my project. So if I want to change it to make it a label, I will click on it and edit type. You can find it here, grid. I want to check it, apply. That is somehow a larger one. I will, if you want to decrease the scale, you can move through this type. I will open this type, which is called grid. I will rescale it by decreasing it, for example, to 4, for example. And this text also I will decrease the size to be for example 2. Now we have to reload this file, to be commensurate for our structure. I want to make elbow here by breaking this this grid like this. If you want to make another symbol, it will be easy to make something like this. If you want to make it appear on the two sides of the grid, you can check it, edit type, and to select the two ends here, like this. Now I finished this grid line. If you want to make another pattern of this line, you can check it, edit type. You can find here the pattern. If you want to make another pattern, you can make another pattern from manage here, and you can choose additional settings and line pattern. Here you can find it is easy to make a new one. You can rename it to new pattern, and your new pattern you can make it start with dash with for example 10 millimeter, and you can follow it by space, for example 3. You can follow it by dash, for example 3. You can follow it, for example, by space 3, and so on, and it will repeatedly continue to make your star line. So I choose a new pattern here. That's a new pattern. You will find it here in your grid lines. If you check it, new pattern is here. By applying this pattern, you will find it. So you can change it easily. I will let it new pattern. I want now to draw the first element in my structure, that is foundation. Now I want to draw and I want to model the foundation of the structure by pressing here on the RC structure, but I have to make it appear here in this view. So I will press VV in my keyboard and to choose in imported categories, and I will open all those layers here, so you can find this structure. So I want to firstly to make and to create my model. Here you can find this foundation. You can find isolated ones, wall foundations, refooting for the walls, and also you can find the slab foundation. You can make it. You can make here raft foundation or any kind of foundation. By pressing here on isolated footing, I think many of those foundations are isolated. I think you can press here on isolated, but this message tells you that you have to save this structure. If you ignore this structure, you might lose all your data if your Revit has suddenly closed. So I will save my model here. I will rename it. For example, project 1 or project. So you can see here isolated foundation. If anyone didn't appear here, you have to get it from a library. For example, you can choose it, insert, and load family, and you can check here structural foundation in this folder here, and you can choose any kind or any family for your foundation. I will choose, for example, rectangular ones, and to open it. So it will appear here when you check and you click on isolated footing. So firstly, you have to change the type of this foundation by clicking on edit type. You can rename or duplicate this ones. So you have to know the dimensions of this foundation by backing to the original project here on AutoCAD. You can see here the dimensions of foundation. You can find here the dimensions of your foundations. I will start, for example, by the reinforced ones. So the first one is 2150 millimeter by 2000 millimeter. So I will write this dimensions. So firstly, its name is R 2150 by 2000 by 500 millimeters. So it is a new one. I will choose the thickness 0.5 meter and the depth is 2.150 and the width is 2000 millimeter. So it is the first one. When I choose it, for example, that is my foundation, you have also to make another duplicate and another to finish all your models which have been mentioned here in your table, your design table. I have here 5 or 4 models of foundation. So I will choose this model, and this model here it is F1. I think F1 here. So if you want to click on this F1, firstly, if you want to draw it, you have only to press click left click. If you want to change this orientation to make a 90 angle of 90, you have to press space on your keyboard like this. It has been oriented to 90 angles, so like this. So I will choose here, I will click here on the center of this foundation like this. You have to press here closely on this column. That's F1 here. And another one here, F1. And if you want to change the orientation, you have to press space, as I've said before. You can press here on this foundation. You can adjust it when you finish. And also F1 here. And press space, you can find F1 here, and lastly you can find F1 here. So I finished F1. When you skip or when you get out from this order by skip or modify here, you can, I will delete this model outside. You can adjust it by clicking on this foundation, and the modification comments will appear. And I will choose move to adjust it. Or you have another method to press on this foundation here and to choose the arrows in your keyboard to move it softly like this. So I've made all those foundation. That is the model number 1. If you want to change the visibility of this foundation to be appear in a solid view, you can check here the visibility. For example, if you choose shaded, it will appear as this view. If you want to make it, for example, a realistic, consistent, or hidden, or whatever, I will choose, for example, a shaded here in this view to know the draw that haven't been drawn. So I will make F3 or F2 and so on. I will make the other foundation in another one. By choosing here slab foundation, you can check here edit and duplicate another one. I will choose it F3 for example, or F2. I will edit the thickness here, that is another type. I will choose it 0.5 and it is a concrete, that its material is concrete. And I will press OK here. So it is another method. I think it is easy to draw the foundation. I will choose, that is F2, right here. So I will choose rectangular ones and I will draw it only like this, and by pressing finish the model. You can make it for a lot of ones, or you can copy it. I will copy it here, copy. You can copy it from this point to this point. I'll move it by using the arrows, the right arrow. Now it should be. I will edit it by clicking on it, double click. You can move it to be commensurate with your structure. That is a second one. I will get a copy from this model. It is another one. I will get another copy. If you want to make another one, here you can create another one like this. It would be easy to make. That is F2, that is F3, and so on. I will make F3, another one, edit, duplicate, F3, OK. I will create it. I will draw it by rectangular one. It is F3. It is F3. I'll finish it. Another F3 is here. You can draw another one. It's F4. I will choose create similar and I will duplicate another name, F4. OK. I will draw it here. It is F5. I will create similar, another one, duplicate F5, and I will draw it. It is a rectangular ones again here. It is F6, create similar and duplicate F6. I'll choose rectangular. And finally F7, I will create similar, another one, and it is F7. OK. Rectangular. I will draw it here, my structure. So I will finish. Now we finished all the reinforced foundation. So another steps, we have to make the plain concrete, the plain foundation. For example, I will choose the plain concrete level here. Plain concrete, it can be created by using also the slab foundation, and I will edit, duplicate. I will rename it to make it start with B, suffix B, and its depth is 0.2, its thickness is 0.2, and material is concrete. So I will choose OK. Okay, that is the first one. I will choose rectangular, and that is the first foundation here. We can make the visibility also to be shaded, change it to be shaded to know the foundation that we've made. Also another one here, I will choose create similar and to draw blank concrete for this foundation like this. It is also a foundation one. I will choose rectangular foundation for this, and it is F3. I will duplicate another one to be F2. B3 here, B2 is here, I have also some foundation, some black concrete also we can here. It is a rectangular one. It is I will click here rectangular one here and create similar. It is B5. Duplicate another one B5 rectangular. And finally B7. All the required foundation, whether it is a blank concrete or forced concrete. If we check here the 3D view, you can find here the 3D view of this structure. I will off all the layers, all the AutoCAD layers from this view, and also I can off all the analytical models that we will use it eventually to convert it to one of the analytical softwares. So I will off it, and I can choose visibility here to be, for example, realistic. Now we can check our foundation in the 3D model. If you found this video useful for you, please like, share and subscribe my channel to get my latest tutorials, and you will find me below to reply your comments. Thank you very much.